Welcome to the Today's Women Show. My name is Renee Q. Boatin, and it's going to be really energetic today. We have on as our winning woman, Mercy Tego Kwaku. She was the defender of Black Queens, and now she's the assistant coach. Stay tuned. So you're in a relationship, you're so in love, but your partner doesn't support your career. Will you end the relationship? Let's ask what people think.
I won't leave my partner because we found ourselves and we loved each other. So he understands me, I also understand him. So I will explain to him that if I'm able to do that work, I might be able to support him in some way or the other. So I would have to convince him to agree to my work so that we will all live happily in the marriage. Yeah.
I think before the person becomes your spouse in the first place, you guys or both of you should have come to an agreement that this is what I do. This is what I want to do with my life. And then, so if that agreement is there, I don't think there'll be a misunderstanding when the person has officially become your husband or your wife. But personally, if, let's say, we've already entered into the marriage and I'm trying to pursue another career and my husband doesn't support, I don't think I will stay with him. Although, God doesn't approve of divorce, but I think I'll try, or both of us will try to come to an agreement that this is what I want to do. So as my spouse or my partner, you should try and support me.
I don't think leaving him is the best idea, but I'll take some time to explain to him why I love the profession and therefore he should allow me to practice it. Maybe it will even be of benefit to our children. If you keep explaining things to him, nothing will stop him from refusing. If he's really a serious man, I think he should just listen to me and consider the fact that his loved one wants to do something out of passion, something of her own interest, which will benefit the family at the long run.
This is something that we can work out, something that can be talked about. I don't think it's that serious that you just have to leave because he won't support your career. You can work it out. I think so. Yeah, I believe you can work it out.
Yeah, I'll surely leave him because before we got married, he actually knew what I was into before he got involved with me. So if he's not in support of my career, I will definitely leave him because it's my career. It was through my career that he met me, and it was something I have started or nurtured from infancy. It was something I grew up to be, and then actually lived all my life. So if he does not support me, I don't think there is nothing he can support me with.
The fact that he doesn't support my career doesn't mean I should leave him. I'll still be with him. It's a normal thing. Even my dad doesn't even support me when I told him I want to come to GIJ. Yeah, I've been to several schools before coming here. So I don't see the reason why I should leave him. I'll still be with him. It's love.
It creates the relationship because when it's later to marry, you still do the same thing.
At the first place, I will sort out things with him. But if he insists, I'll quit.
I would convince him to understand what I'm doing. At the end, there's all an income which is coming into the family. It's both sides. It's not always, we can't always depend on the man as a woman. I believe a woman should be industrious. That is what I believe. So I would just speak to my husband, let him understand how important it is to be out of home for some time and bring something on the table as well. As they say, men are like babies. So as a baby, you still need to convince a child to take something even if he doesn't want to take. There's a way you can convince your child to eat something that he doesn't want to eat. So there is a way to convince the guy. If not, it can be through early morning speaking to your husband. Sometimes they listen to us very in the midday, somewhere early in the morning, you speak to your husband, he will definitely understand you if he sees that you are worried about it or you really want to do it.
I think that if he's not in support of your career goals, I don't think a relationship would even work because first of all, if it's a good career, like you're working on, like to be a lawyer or something, then I don't see why he shouldn't be in support of it if it's good. Yes, then if he doesn't support it, then nothing else you do concerning your career would make him happy. First of all, you should try to talk to him and then explain your career to him. And if he's still, probably there are certain reasons he doesn't like, probably from a personal point of view or an experience he has had. And if after all the talk and everything, you try to make him realize the good side of it and he's still not interested, then I think you should end the relationship probably.
You have to sit your partner down and discuss it and let your partner know the good side about your career, because for instance, once you enhance your career, it's going to even bring you more economical value for you to be able to help that partner of yours to achieve your aim in the relationship. You'll have to get counselors to talk to him and bring him practical examples of people who have gone through similar situations.
I'll talk to my partner. If he still doesn't come to terms with me, I just have to quit, because I just can't live my life without my career. Exactly. I'll talk to him. If he doesn't agree, I'll just have to quit. It's okay, like you bringing extra people to talk to. If you are okay with the person, you want to be with the person, you can invite other people to talk to me. If he still doesn't agree to it, life is all about choices. I just have to leave.
The Woman on the Move highlights female entrepreneurs. Let's see who we have on today.
Hi, good afternoon. I need a ride. Wow, a female taxi driver. Come along, let's enjoy this ride together.
Esinam is one of the few women who are daring to survive in the male-dominated taxi business. She starts work at exactly 8 a.m. in the morning after dropping her children at school and visiting the washing bay.
I'm 40 years old now and a mother of 2 boys. I'm considered a social deviant for all the right reasons, because I try to step on society's toes. I mean, trying to question the status quo with regards to gender and occupation. I have a bachelor degree in social work major with psychology minor. I hold a master's degree, that is master's in philosophy. It started when I had gone back to school to read my first degree. But then my interest sort of got clicked when it came to gender issues. I started questioning society, and then I zoomed in on occupations. But then I started questioning, why is it that our transport industry is very male dominated? I actually set out to drive a tipper truck. That was my vision. I thought I could get someone to train me. None of the male tipper truck drivers were ready to take me on. So I settled on a taxi, because with a taxi I realized I didn't need anybody's permission. My services are rated on hourly service. So I would serve clients based on the hour and charge them per the hour. Aside what I do as a taxi driver, I'm currently working on 2 projects. The first project is dubbed Women Moving the City project, and this project is training 72 women to drive commuter buses here in Accra, popularly known as the Ayalolo buses. second project just started, and that is dubbed Women Moving Trucks, which are both funded by GIZ Ghana, Scania West Africa, and then West Africa Transport Academy.
We are now thinking of supporting also the initiative on female truck drivers.
It feels like a passenger car, it's just a bigger size of vehicle, but for the rest I don't see a reason why women couldn't drive big vehicles.
She is determined to raise the bar in customer service delivery in the transportation industry. Dagna Rams is one of her clients who has booked her services ahead of the day.
I took Miss Taxi for the first time in 2014. I hailed the taxi, I looked inside, it was a woman, I was shocked for a second, I didn't know what was happening. I came all the way to Accra and it feels like I've arrived home.
It was convenient, it was refreshing, and above all, it was safer riding with her.
Welcome back. I'm so excited today. We have in the studio Mercy Tego. Now, when you talk about football and women, her name is one of the ones that will pop up first. You're very, very welcome. Mercy Tego was the assistant coach and the former defender of Black Queens. I'm so happy to have you here. You're very, very welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, I'm sure you told this story so many times, but there are some people who probably haven't heard it. So I want to know your whole story. How did you begin and why football?
Thank you for having me on your show. It all started when I was schooling in Western Region, Fijai Secondary. I have about 7 siblings who happen to, 5 of them are male. And I'm the last born, and it's like everything I do with them. I used to do everything with them, and it all started from there, because whenever they are playing football, I play with them. I do everything with them virtually.
But did you ever think that you actually take it to the professional level? And what pushed you to go further? Because a lot of people see football as just a hobby. Yeah. But why did you take it further professionally?
What I remember is when I completed sixth form in Fijai, Western Region, I came to Tema to join my family. And fortunately, we have communities and sites in Tema. And it happens that every community has a female team, and they were playing fun games. Every year they play ceremonial matches. And since I was coming from male-dominated family, I decided to join some of these clubs, precisely site 16 in Committee 1. And I had a friend who was a footballer who used to play for Gapoa and Black Stars. The junior brother of Joe Adu, Simon Adu. He was a goalkeeper. He was a very close friend, and he introduced me into one of these teams, and it started from there.
Well, I was a goalkeeper when I was in my secondary school, and it wasn't easy, I can tell you that. Football isn't an easy game at all, like running from one end to the other and everything. So kudos to you, well done, that's amazing. Now, what were your parents' reaction? You know, when you told your parents that you want to be a footballer, or your family, friends, people around you, what was their reaction?
Coincidentally, my father was a sportsman. He really understood. I started with athletics. I was a high jumper, Western Regional high jump champion.
Wow.
And when I came to Tema and started playing football, my other siblings were not happy. And I always go to the kitchen and help mom, kitchen and help mom. But I realized that something good could come out of it, because a regional team was formed and I was part. And whenever I'm going to the office, I started working with the Ghana National Fire Service. So whenever I'm going to the office, I have to just stow away and go and play football before I go to the office. Yes. And somewhere along the line, I was selected into the regional team. So we were supposed to go to Kumasi to play Kumasi regional team. And it was up to me to tell my family that we are going to Kumasi to play football. And if I didn't know what to do, So I just lied to my parents that you are going to do relieving duties in Ghana National Fire Service. So I had opportunities to join the team to Kumasi. And fortunately, I was selected into the national team.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. What was your parents' reaction when you said to them, I want to be a footballer?
Honestly, I didn't tell them I wanted to be a footballer. I was an athlete.
Okay.
And my dad was also an athlete when he was in school, so he was encouraging me. But when I diverted into football, it was like, how am I going to tell them? And I had to be always circumventing, you know. And whenever I'm going to the office, I'll just take some short time, play football before I go to the office. I was working with the fire service though.
Okay.
I remember the regional team was formed and I was part of it. I had to go to Kumasi to play Ashanti regional female team. And there that I was selected into the national team. When I came back, my dad saw me on TV. He was asking, you said you guys were going to Kumasi for relieving duties. How come you were playing football? I said, yes, when we finished everything that we were doing, we had to just have fun. So we were having fun, and
that was a good excuse.
Yes, I was called into the national team, and he was happy, and everybody in my family was happy.
Of you, yes. Exactly. Yeah. Now you've had a long-term experience with football. Now, how do you feel about it today? How would you feel if any of your children said to you, "Mommy, I want to go into football"? You have children, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Unfortunately, none of them is a football fan.
Oh, really?
They love watching football because their mom is into football, but the boy is a basketball fan. He plays for basketball. And the girl is a bookworm. Book.
And how has the journey been? Has it been tough? Is it growing? What do you think when you look at football and women? Is it growing?
Yes, it's really growing, but there's more to be done. Yeah, if attention is being given to the male-dominated game is given to the women, I believe.
So the women aren't given as much attention. Is there any reason, do you think?
It's our culture and beliefs, you know. Women, go to the kitchen. Woman, your office is at the kitchen. Woman, stay at home and look after the kids. You know.
So it's about time we prove to everybody that we can be in the kitchen and still kick the ball.
We have already proven it.
Yes.
What else must we do?
Yes. I think we'll get to that point where we'll see the other countries. What are their female football teams like?
Fortunately, we just finished hosting this AFCON, African Women's Championship in Ghana. And unfortunately, Ghana was out earlier than everybody was expecting. We also saw South Africa, Nigeria, Cameroon. Yeah. Nigeria won, and this is the 9th time that they've won.
Wow! Yes. So we probably have to watch them and see what tricks or what difference that we can do to improve ourselves. That's the only way to grow, really.
What Nigeria is doing, Ghana can do and do it even better. But just that the mentality.
Mindset change.
Yeah, the mindset.
So it's about time that we change our mindset to so many things. Yeah. Now, when it comes to coaching, do you think the male team as well will be different if they had a female coach? And is that possible?
Coincidentally, I have coached a male team, and that's Ahmedaus. It was then in a premiership. I was the assistant coach to Coach Baba Ali.
Okay.
When I was with Ahmedaus about 5 years ago. And it has never happened before. And I was a referee, and I was officiating these men's games, so it was nothing new to me. And
because the same techniques, everything is the same, right?
Different techniques.
Oh, wow.
Refereeing, you are conducting the game, but coaching, you teach and coach the players on the field for them to put.
I mean, like the main game, men playing and women playing is the same technique with football.
Everything is the same.
Okay.
Just that women naturally we are sluggish as compared to the men.
Yeah, because of our body shape and all of that.
And
yes.
Physiological makeup is different.
Yes.
And men are very robust. You know, though we have exceptional ladies. Once a while, we meet them who are very robust, but you can't compare that to the men.
Now I'm just even wondering, when the women are coming to play football, do they make up and everything?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Because our game is a contact game. Within a twinkle of an eye, all those things will
I know, we're melting away. Yeah.
But athletics, you see, there's an individual game. You know, sport. You see them wearing these makeups and stuff, but
Well, congratulations to you. I'm so excited. I'll be looking out for you. I've also wondered, it must be, do you need to train a lot? You must train a lot, because going from one end to the next and all of that, is it very, very, is it intensive exercise? Do you need intensive exercise to be a footballer?
Very, very intensive exercise training. You need to train morning and evening.
Wow.
And apart from team training, you need to do an individual training. If really you want to get to the top you need to. We have something called pre-season. Before the season, you need to do pre-season, and that is where the problem lies. Every tedious work is within the pre-season. So you need to train and train well.
A lot, yeah. Now, I'd like to know, are there any challenges in the women's football team, and how can they be addressed?
The challenges are there. In everything, you have advantages and disadvantages. Yes. We are females, and every month, a particular time in the month, we have something that we need to cross. When that time comes, individual differences. Some have painful menstruation, others have normal. And when you have your key players who have those challenges, it's very, very difficult, especially when you have an assignment. It's very difficult. So we try as much. That's why we have a medical team in all the national teams. And even the other clubs, they do have medical teams. So they see to it that those girls or those players are well catered for. It's not easy, but since you said you want to play football, that is how it is. And aside of that, problems from the family, challenges from the families. You are a female, why do you want to play football? You look like a boy, blah blah, that kind of thing.
So the stigma attached to it,
the stigma,
like that, like a tomboy or something like that. So when you started, were there any people who tried to discourage you because football isn't really like the norm for a woman? And if just in case there's somebody watching who is passionate about something, who is sort of afraid to pursue it, what words would you have for that person?
What I normally tell them is that don't listen to what people are saying. If you know you are determined and you want to achieve something in whatever you are doing, please don't listen to what people are saying. Concentrate, do it to perfection. You never know. Just last week I was given an award.
Wow, congratulations.
Goa.
Wow.
Ghana, I think, Outstanding Women's Award.
Yes.
And I was surprised my name appeared because I didn't know what I was doing in my little corner. Somebody was watching.
Right.
So what I tell them is perseverance. Don't listen to people. Be determined. This is what I want to achieve. Do it to perfection and you'll be there.
Thank you so much. I wish you all the very best always. And who knows, I might be playing some football sometime soon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you too.
Have a good day. So our guest today on Winning Women was Mercy Tego Kwaku. She's the assistant coach and former defender of Black Queens. We're going on a short commercial break. Please stay with us. The Trendy Woman is a fashion and lifestyle segment. Stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Mabna. I'm a fitness coach by profession. I've been doing this for the past 6 to 7 years. I focus mainly on women, so to say, pregnant women, nursing mothers, and women in general. And I love what I do. It's my personal passion and turned into a business. So every job is like a playground for me. I chose to focus on women because mostly women have a little challenge when they go to the gym, especially when they are not too confident about how they feel or how they look. So when they come into a space where it is women and by a woman, then they can be loose and they can express themselves as much as they want. Today I want us to focus on exercising during pregnancy. Is it safe? Does it help in labor at all? What are the benefits? Are there any disadvantages? Are there any risks with it? And even does it help you post-baby or postpartum? I will use myself as an example today. This is my second pregnancy. I am almost due, and I still work out, and I still hold a class for women who are not pregnant, yes. I would start with the benefits of exercising when you're pregnant. And the best teacher is your own experience, so I will share mine. I started exercising in my first pregnancy probably around 10 weeks, and I exercised all through till the day before I delivered, and I really enjoyed it. The days when I did not exercise, I did not feel as energized, I did not have a better sleep, I did not feel comfortable in my body. This is probably due to the fact that it's something I've been doing for a very long time. It could also be that the benefits supersedes, the disadvantages. Let me share a little something with you. You realize that in your first trimester, it is very difficult to sleep for most women because you have hormones all over the place, you have joint pains, you have waist pains, you're tired, you're sick. But even through the nausea, if you're able to go for at least a 20 minutes slow walk, I'm not even talking about a brisk walk, I'm talking about slow walk, you will feel so much better. The sweating, the increased breathing will help you to sleep well. So this is something that you should really consider. Slow walking is safe. You can do it in your background. You don't have to step out of your house. You can do it right in your hall, your sitting area. Just walk up and down. The only thing you have to do is time yourself. So if you keep the time, you set 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you go up and down for 20 minutes in your sitting area. You've done a fantastic job. This will ensure that you sleep well, because sleep is a very challenging thing for pregnant women. And also focus on stretching. Stretching is very important when you're pregnant. All the buttock soreness because you're sleeping on one side for a very long time, all the muscle cramps you get, especially at the back of your legs, all the discomfort in sleeping, all the waist pains, all the back pains you feel, it's because you're not stretching. Stretching allows the muscles to, contract and relax. And as this is happening, it allows you to feel free. It allows you to breathe. But if you don't stretch, and especially from your second trimester when you're supposed to be lying on your right almost all the time in the night, your right buttocks will be sore. You need to stretch it. And as you stretch it, you will feel much, much better. The waist pain will reduce. You will realize that you will sleep well. So someone may ask me, are there any dangers with exercising in pregnancy? The only thing that we have found as a hindrance or a challenge is when your doctor has told you that your pregnancy is a risk one. So if you have a risky pregnancy, your doctor will definitely let you know that you have a risky pregnancy, and so you're supposed to not do a lot of physical activities. Some of us are even told to just bed rest. So if you have a condition like that, please do not go over your doctor's advice. Just do what you're so told to do. Apart from that, you can do any exercises, like I've said, slow walking for 20 to 30 minutes, climb up and down the stairs, not the whole stair, just the first stair. Just climb up and down, and you do a fantastic job. Up and down, 20 minutes, you're done. And then stretch. The benefits during labor. When you exercise during labor, it's easier because you would have trained yourself to breathe. And breathing is a very important part of labor. So exercising during pregnancy helps you to have an easier labor, so to say, because your breathing will be fantastic. And this is a personal experience I'm sharing with you. You won't feel as tired. And after pregnancy, that is postpartum, your muscles already know what exercise is. So when you start, it is not so difficult as if you had not done anything at all during your pregnancy. So I'm here to encourage every woman today to consider exercising when they're pregnant. If you if you want to know more, or you want to be secure about the exercises you should do, I am here to help you. You can contact me. My company is Fitvolution, and I am Mabna. I am on Instagram at Fitvolution with Mabna. and you can talk to me anytime. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you for joining us on today's Women's Show. It's been an exciting one. Join us again next week, Saturday on TV3 at 11 a.m. and on DSTV channel 279.